in school, whenever they would do like the popcorn reading, I would be excited to popcorn read because I'll be out there like reading for real. You feel me? I would never call on the dude who couldn't really read that well because they were low key the crash outs. So like, imagine I call on the dude and he reading and then he starts stuttering and then somebody else laugh, not me, but somebody else laugh. He gonna be looking at me crazy for calling on him to read. Now I gotta squabble up with the guy who can't read, bro. For what? What's up, y'all? Dark Show TCG here, back with another video, and today I got for you my OP14 Arlong deck gameplay video guide, whatever nouns. So I've been having a lot of fun testing this leader. I kind of wanted to play just a yellow trigger strategy because of like the new OP14 Thriller Bark Pirates, and initially I started off testing this leader and just putting like all of the OP14 Thriller Bark Pirate leader cards in here. Not OP24, that's like 2 years from now. Yeah, I put in like all of like these OP14 Thriller Bark Pirate cards, and you know, tried to get them to like synergize with each other, and then just like a bunch of like other random good stuff in the Arlong leader. And throughout more of my testing and more of my games, I kind of decided just to play green yellow good stuff triggers in this deck, and to my surprise it feels like a very competent two bodies a turn strategy, right? Very aggressive. For those who don't know, Arlong is a Dawn ×2 when attacking. You may rest one Dawn, play up to one character card with a cost of 4 or less with trigger from your hand. So for 3 Dawn, you are playing these 4 costed bodies with trigger from your hand. And there's quite a bunch to play, actually, that give you some really good effects. So let's go into the card by card. We have this Perona Searcher, where if your leader's a slash attribute, you get to search any slash or green event card in your deck. Right now, we don't have any green events. I just wanted to play bodies. But this has a bunch of targets for the slash tag. This has the 4-drop Buggy, this 2K and Hotchan, this Arlong, this other Arlong, this Mihawk, Kiku Nojo, Hawkins, and Rayleigh. So we have about like 20 targets for this Perona, which makes the deck pretty consistent. Another target for our leader ability is this 4-cost Buggy. He is a 4-costed 6K unit. On play, if you do not have another Buggy character in play, up to one of your leaders gains double attack for this turn, and then you get to rest one of your opponent's 4-cost or less bodies on trigger. This card helps you go really aggressive, and it's kind of sneaky because it comes out, you know, usually I leader swing last, and being able to have double attack as like the last swing really is scary for your opponent because they usually counter out of the first swing and plan to take the, you know, last swing. Is like pretty basic fundamentals in One Piece, but this card punishes that play style and that play line. I really like this card. I've actually, in this final list, I've upped it to 3 copies. It used to be at 2, and I'm just doing a 3-3 split of that and this Basil Hawkins. Next card, Hachan, 2K slash, you can play it off a lead ability if you want. Is also, you can trigger and play it too, just in case you need like an extra body, because Arlong is East Blue type as well. After that, we have 4-costed Arlong from OP06. On play, discard a card from your hand, freeze one of your opponent's leaders. Pretty much, I mean, it stops your opponent's rested leader from being able to attacking next turn, and then it has a rest trigger, resting a 4-cost or less. Being able to stun your opponent's leader is really strong. It stops them from trading back into your board, or it stops them from trading back into you, so that you don't die on the crackback and you have like another turn to like build your board to continue your aggression. Really powerful card in conjunction with this 4-cost Perona, which we'll get to later. Next, we have 4 copies of this new OP13 Secret Luffy. It's double attacking and on play for leaders. Multicolored, you get to untap 4 Dawn. Then you can't play a character with a cost of 5 or more during this turn. So it essentially costs 2 Dawn, and then a bunch of these units are 4-costed. So playing this on your 6 or your 7 Dawn turn for just 2 means that you can play another 4-drop unit as well from your leader ability while swinging tall. And then if you have other bodies on board, you can just continuously swing for large numbers as well while developing these bodies. Really strong synergy. It's at 4 in this deck. It's unsearchable because like we want to be able to hard draw it or hard see it in certain turns just to keep up with our aggression. Next is 7-drop Arlong from OP11. If your leader has the Fishman type, you have 3 or less life cards in your life area, and your opponent has 5 or more rested cards on their field. This card gains -3 cost while in hand. So it's sort of like that 6-drop Sanji, having reduced cost in hand, allowing you to play this card like on your 5 Dawn turn. Like, let's say your opponent has just played a 4-drop and rested their leader. They have 5 rested cards on their field, meaning that this will cost 4 in hand, and you'll be able to play this essential 4/7 body on your 5 Dawn turn, which is pretty insane. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't know this card exists. A lot of people don't expect this card, and then it also is another rest trigger. So being able to tap a chump blocker if you see this card in life is really good. Last of the green cards, 8-drop Mihawk. It's sort of similar to this Luffy, except like a defensive version of it. Playing a 4-costed 8k body feels really good to me. That's also a blocker, just because we want to have some top end in this deck, without, like, you know, paying too much for it and still being able to play like a, you know, a 4/6 body as well with leader ability or something like that, right? Now for the yellow cards, you have the Lilith Searcher. This just looks top 4 cards of your deck for a trigger, and almost every card in our deck minus, you know, 1, 2, 3. So 30 of our cards in our decks are triggers, and it can't search itself, but this card has 26 targets. So it can grab me a 2k, or it can grab me a 4/6 body or a 4/5 body or this Rayleigh. Really good consistency tool. Love it in this deck. Wouldn't have it any other way. Component Gang Beige. We noticed this is the yellow tax. I think we should just be playing good generic triggers. It's a 2k, and it can like luck sack you into a win or luck sack you out of a loss. So we don't need to talk more about Beige. After that, it is Kiku Nojo, 4/6 on KO. If your opponent's at 3 or less life, you get to heal 1, and then once again, if they have 3 or less life trigger, you get to play this card. So really good generic yellow trigger. She heals you. This feels really good. I just love my 4/6 bodies in this deck, and we love Kiku Nojo. Shout out Kiku Nojo. Next is Basil Hawkins. This honestly feels like the weakest card in our deck, to be honest with you. The trigger is pretty decent, being able to filter, but no one swings into Basil Hawkins if they don't need to. And then because he's a 5k body, he's also like not that threatening into a lot of these leaders nowadays, because most of these leaders are like 6ks nowadays. So he feels like the worst card in our deck, but you know, I don't think there's any other card that we can just like play in place of him. If you guys have a substitution for this card, let me know. But otherwise, he's just in here, you know, to support our team. If that is Baby 5, it's a searchable 2k, and then it draws 2 cards on trigger. So just being able to see more of the cards in our deck, maybe being able to draw into this Luffy, feels pretty good. And then once again, searchable 2k, it draws. I think it's a good card. After that is this 4-cost Perona. I think this is deceptively one of the strongest cards in our deck. On player, on KO, being able to freeze one of your opponent's 6-costed or less characters feels really good. Unfortunately, the trigger doesn't get much value in this deck because you have to play a Thriller Bark Pirate from your trash. So like, it can play itself. She can play herself from trash if you have one in trash already, and that can get pretty crazy. I haven't really done it yet, but her on play and on KO ability feel really strong. Once again, having her in conjunction with this Arlong on our 7 Dawn turn is nutty. Being able to freeze our opponent's leader and then freeze a character as well means that they can't trade into any of our arrested units, or they can't hit us in the face. So being able to slow down our opponent while keeping up our aggression feels super strong in this deck, and I don't think you should underrate this combo at all. Last card in the deck is OP14 Silver's Rayleigh. It's a KO trigger with a body, right? On play, if your leader is multicolored and your opponent has 3 or less life cards, you get to KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a base power of 7k or less. So this removes the 7k body, and then the trigger does the same thing. I think this is like another like Luxaki trigger, but it also is like a pretty decent piece of removal in the deck, and it's not too bad of a body anyway. I think this might be like the 2nd weakest card in our deck, but I think our deck just has a bunch of strong cards, right? Like, you know, this deck hasn't really felt weak. The only time this deck doesn't really like feel super good was up against Ace, Red Blue Ace. So I think like Ace and Emu might be like this deck's bad matchups, and maybe Zoro as well, but I don't really see a lot of Zoro in OP14. But I think if I can like do some testing with this leader on the side against some people, it may be able to catch a bunch of people by surprise. And it could be pretty viable in the upcoming format. This might be like a very viable like rogue strategy, if not like a tier 2 strategy, if the testing goes super well. So let me know what you guys think of the deck list. I got a bunch of games for you guys today, pretty quick games too, and I'll see you guys in the gameplay. Peace. All right, first game up against Mihawk. 6k leader, don't matter, we're just too aggressive. Start us off with a Lilith. Kikunojo is probably like, Kikunojo is probably like our best like, you know, 4-drop in this deck. I wish there were more like 4/6 triggers, because right now we only have like 10 in the deck, and I don't want to like up it to 12 because of the buggy, because technically Arlong is like a 4/7 trigger, but it's very specific circumstances to fulfill him. Yeah, it sucks having to swing 6 in the early game against Mihawk, because they'll just give it 2k, but they're also a green deck, and green decks typically don't have much counter, don't have many 2k, so you can kind of 2k check this leader. And it may be a bit unintentional, but like we're just gonna 2k check this leader to infinity, especially since he played the Kikunojo early, his own Kikunojo early. Right, they're gonna swing 6 into me. Us being the trigger deck, we're just gonna take this. And honestly, we aren't really like a trigger body deck. We're just like a trigger deck in general. Like we just have like pretty decent triggers. Yeah, I really like seeing this Luffy here. I've been wanting to test this card forever in this deck. Essentially just a what, a 1/7, you know, a 2/7, because it untaps 4 Dawn. And then like we don't play any 5-drops in this deck, right? So it doesn't matter. Chrono's gonna get us what, a Hawkins. Yeah, we just need like another body that's like low to the ground. And then we're gonna continue 2k checking. They don't want to take this life because they don't want Kikunojo's healing to be active. However, I think you can make the argument to just go 6/8 into the Mihawk. That way we get 3 cards instead of just 2. So that's like a fundamental issue on my part. Fundamentals. When you attack opponents, you want to like try and extract the most cards out of their hand as possible. Yeah, so now we play this Luffy, and then we have this buggy as well. This double attack buggy is actually pretty strong, but once again, he's only at like 2 of in this deck. Yeah, so yeah, let's clean up some of his like cards. So now is where we go like 6/8 into the opponent. And then now we're playing this double attack unit. He has no ideas coming out. Yeah, and them taking both of those lives there kind of indicates to me that they don't have much counter. So here comes the Shanks. I also think I found like the right balance of like counter in this deck, because like as an aggro deck, and you know I'm gonna be swinging my board a lot, I want to have enough counter to be able to protect my board. Yeah, we'll give him Beige and the Perona. I'm gonna swing into the Luffy again. We'll give you the Arlong, because we need a Perona to stun his Tashigi so he can't trade into my board again. And now I'm thinking about how like I want to commit Dawns to my swings. I definitely want to still use leader ability, so that's at minimum 3 Dawn. I also want to swing like 6 and 8 at my opponent. So like 2 Dawn for the Hawkins to swing 6, 2 Dawn for the Luffy to swing 8, 3 Dawn for Buggy to swing 8, and then I need like 4 Dawn for me to swing 8 as well. And then that's not enough. I only have 9 Dawn on the board, so it's just too much. So I think I'm just gonna elect to go, I think, triple 8s. So like 2 Dawn on the Luffy. The Hawkins isn't able to swing this turn. I think Hawkins is like the worst body in our deck. But it has like a good trigger, and then like Perona's like a really good body, or not a really good. Perona has like a really good effect, but like an unusable trigger. Like there are niche instances where she can play herself from the trash, but anyway, we're going to go 8, 8, 8. So 8 with this Luffy. We're gonna get their Deadmans. I'm gonna go 8 with this Buggy. And then I'm gonna go 8 with my leader. I'm gonna play the Perona and then freeze their Tashigi. Yeah, and then they have no counter in their hand. They have literally 1k counter and 0 life. So like no matter what play they do this turn, it just isn't enough. I think the Lawn Beppo doesn't give plus 2k, like sets it to 7k, or it does give plus 2k to makes him an 8k leader. But if Mihawk is an 8k leader with only 1k counter in hand, we can just swing 8s at him and potentially just, you know, get him out of there, pack him up, right? Or he can play like another Shanks and then just like trade into my Luffy. But once again, 1k counter in hand, and you know, you're minusing my board by a bunch. I can kind of just like jam you at 1 unit and then just like swing with like the rest, right? Plus I also have like 3 life, which is like pretty difficult for him to get through. Anyway, we're gonna go on to the next game. All right, now we're going first up against Moria. This hand has like double searcher, the Arlong. It's pretty much a keep. I would take this Kiku Nojo. It's another 4/6 that we can play. Yeah, so they're gonna play their Thellebark Searcher event. Which honestly, like, I know I'm like a mono black Gecko Moria merchant, but I kind of got to test that deck with that card. But the problem is he got like no good black cards, right? Anyway, we're gonna swing 7, probably play Kiku Nojo here because the leader isn't rested, so the Arlong isn't gonna get value. Honestly, like the more I play Hawkins, the more Hawkins just seems like the worst card in this deck. Maybe I swap him and his Buggy ratio, so I run like 2 Hawkins and 4 Buggy. But I just want to find some like 4/6 trigger body. Another 4/6 trigger body. The quest continues. Baby 5 trigger. We just draw 2 cards. Calm low, draw 2. So yeah, they played our Absalom. I'm gonna play this Perona. Yep. Grab my Arlong. My opponent doesn't have enough for the Arlong to get into play. So we're probably just gonna have to play the 4-cost Arlong here. I'll probably just discard a Hawkins or a Perona. Yeah, Hawkins is like the worst card in my hand. And I think we trade into this Perona here, actually. Because it doesn't have like an on KO effect. And then like it'll require 2 cards from my opponent. But now because they played that Perona, the Arlong is live. So yeah, really good turn for me. Another thing about this Arlong deck is that like people don't know what these cards do, right? Like people don't know that this like 7 drop Arlong exists. People don't know that like the 4-drop Arlong exists, the 4-drop Buggy. So like guys, don't leak too much of this sauce, guys. My videos don't get much views anyway, but don't leak too much of this sauce, guys. You feel me? Let's gatekeep this Arlong sauce in the Arlong community. I'm now a part of the Fishman believers. I am now a Sun Pirate. We don't want to take this 6 because we don't know what swing is coming at me next. And even if he does swing into the Kiku Nojo, we heal, so it's fine. So they search out their big Gecko Moria. Yeah, we just let that go. Like we heal. And then they play out another Absalom. Yeah, I think I can just play out like another like double Arlong here. Like freeze his leader, swing 7, play out another 7-drop and a 6-drop. This is like a really strong 2 bodies a turn deck. I'm sorry, man. And I think like the 7-drop Arlong is what helps push it too. Plus with the insane consistency with like the extra trigger searchers, it's pretty good. Kind of doesn't matter which one I play here. And then once again, we get rid of like maybe the worst card on deck. Or not in our deck. We go to the Piranha because like we need like another trigger body to play off of Mihawk, potentially another 2 bodies to play. I don't think next time we can play like Mihawk, Hawkins or whatever. Not sure why I didn't play the other 7-drop. They have enough. I don't know why I didn't just play the other Arlong. Probably because I just wanted to play Hawkins. Because they have enough rest. Oh no, I didn't play the Arlong because I have 4 life. You can only play the 7-drop Arlong at a reduced cost if you have 3 life. That's why I didn't play it. We took the 5K because like they have no other swings, and it enables our Arlong to be cheaper. You're gonna play that Moria, sure. Like, and then I think also like the stunning of like either their leader or their characters, like just being able to stun a unit is really strong. That allows us to like just swing our bodies and not really have to worry about them trading much into us. It allows us to like out tempo our opponent because we're not looking to like control the board or go super you know, like, you know, we're trying to like make really high tempo plays, right? And in like aggro matchups and stuff like that, like being able to slow down your opponent's pace while still like keeping your foot on the pedal has been very important. So anyway, we're just looking to split our Dawn. We played the Mihawk. Probably gonna be able to play the Arlong as well, and then just attach Dawn. So it's like 6, 7, 7, 7. And like a lot of decks can't really handle like these 7K swings, man. I think we might be an aggro gamer, man. So they stunned my 2 swings. So now I think I just commit more Dawn to my leader and we just swing 9. Not gonna swing into the hog back because like this is go face. We have 3 life, right? Play another 7K body. Now my opponent has like 6 swings to deal with next turn. Yeah, so they're gonna search a 2K from the counter event or from their search event. Let's swing 5 into me. I don't need to take this, so just counter this and then just like block or whatever the rest. Yeah. Play their Sindri blocker. Let's swing 6 into me. Sure, we'll just take it. Oh, we counted this one as well. Okay. Oh, and then we got the Arlong, which is a rest trigger. So sequencing, we get to punish our opponent for playing their blocker out early. Yeah, they heal too, but we have 6 swings. They have 2 cards in hand. They need to like sack like a bunch of blocker triggers. But yeah, they're giving me all the cards in their hand, so yeah. You can make the argument to like trade into their board now. Low-key, trading into their board might have been better because if they get like good triggers, I just lose. But a lot of these decks, they aren't running generic good triggers. Like they aren't running Bages and 0 costs. And I'm like, yeah, strategies are already like super consistent, but it's like sometimes you just need a luck sack, guys. So like, yeah, they played like their Thriller Bark trigger to play a Thriller Bark body, and their Hogback got him a 2K. But I have like 2 card answers. Yeah, now they just die. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what the call is, but I think Arlong just has like generic. Like the more generic you are, the better you have, the better choices you have with deck building because you can take advantage of just good cards, right? Arlong gets to play a bunch of good cards with some smaller like niche synergies that only he can take advantage of, and I think that's like what's giving him the edge in some of these matchups. Granted, I'm not doing like the best testing against like the most meta decks or the best players because I'm in like the public lobbies. Like the ranked sim for the East has like no player base, so These public lobby games are all I can give you right now, but I have a lot of games or a lot of wins here. I don't know if that says much. Anyway, next game. Yeah, next game, red green smoker. We're gonna go first again. I like this hand a lot. No Kiku Nojo, but like 4-6, right? Being able to play, like, this is like blue Doffy, right? Being able to play a 4-6 on turn 3 is really strong. Unfortunately, comes from the hand. Also unfortunate that like we bottom 2 of our Luffy's there. My opponent gets their 5-drop smoker. Yeah, I'm just gonna play my 4-6. Another thing I like about Arlong is that like the lines are pretty like simple and solved. At least the way I play it. Because like on my 5 Dawn turn, it's like play a searcher, swing 7/7, right? 3 Dawn turn, swing 7, play a 4-6. 7 Dawn turn, play 2 4-drops, right? Swing 6, swing 7, play 2 4-drops. I kind of don't want to take this life, but I don't have any 2Ks, so we just take this life. I think we take the Kiku Nojo here. Yeah. We don't have much counter, but Smoker doesn't really put on pressure early. Okay. We take the 2K because we don't have a lot of counter, and then we have another body. And I'll just get another Kiku Nojo to play anyway. So I forget Smoker leader ability exists, and I swing 2K into 3K. Trying to clean up, but it is what it is. Yeah, this turn is searcher 7/7 anyway. A buggy here would also be like crazy. Yeah, I think maybe we like up the buggies. Like we saw buggy in Basil. Now we take the buggy. Yeah, because now they just gave us 2 cards. And this like buggy sort of punishes the mindset of like, yo, I cannot take the first swing. Let me just take the second one. Because it's like, oh wow, now I can't take either swings, right? And then boom, like they're down so much on life. And once again, because like they're not the aggro deck, I am, like they can't pressure me back really well. And then I also have double stun in hand. So like I have stun Arlong and Perona, so they won't be able to trade into me or my board next turn either. They have to use like hard removal tools. I really wish we could get some like games into Emu to see how we do. I don't think we do well into Emu. Just because like they are going to just like look for their removal pieces, and then like we don't have like a way to get our own blockers, which might force our deck to like run against like Hody Jones. I don't know. Maybe I'll like test this deck against like Emu on this side and like upload a second video. I kind of believe in this leader, and if my testing goes well on this leader, we'll see. But yeah, once again, we have like double stun. Yeah, so it's just like 6, 6, 7, and then freeze his leader, and then freeze his smoker. Another thing is too is like, once again, surprise factor with his leader, right? Like he like, because he doesn't know that I'm going to freeze his leader or his smoker, he's gonna like counter in a way that doesn't like because he doesn't know what I'm going to do, he makes decisions based on like assumptions that like aren't valid. So like he's assuming, okay, I'll have my smoker and I'll have this to be able to trade next turn, so I can like take this life, or I can like counter this swing. Yeah, they're kind of stuck here. They have 1 swing with the Sanji essentially and 0 life, and they have enough Dawn for 8 cost Kid. And if I do get hit with 8 cost Kid here, it is pretty annoying, but like a bunch of my bodies are 6Ks, meaning we can allocate the Dawn for it. So like if I go to 9 Dawn next turn, I spend 6 Dawn swinging. I can spend all 9 Dawn just swinging 8s at it, getting 4 cards out of his hand. But I don't know. I don't know if 8 cost kid is like people are like playing that card in this format. They take a little bit of time. Okay. So they popped the Peacock, buffed the Sanji, swing 7 into me. Beige, nothing to trigger it on. I'm not gonna trigger it on their Virgo. Yeah, okay, cool. Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm like spoiling or whatever, but like I remember my opponent taking a decent amount of time here. So they're gonna hold in my 2 bodies, sure. Because we took that life, we have enough like counter. Okay. Bring Virgo 6 into me. Yeah, and then they're like, yeah, all I need is like a 2K to get out of this with like 5 cards in hand. So I should get a 2K, ideally, or I have 2 1Ks. And yeah, they just kind of realize it's game. Next game. All right, next game's up against Purple Doflamingo, another meta contender. We have like double searcher, freeze Arlong, and like big Arlong, so a really good hand. We just look for like Kikunojo or something, and then we get her. Oh, we take the Mihawk? I guess. I think this is when we like first put the Mihawks in our list, so we're like kind of testing it. Yeah, man. I don't know, bro. I really wish I had like a Kikunojo here. Or a Buggy. Yeah, I think definitely. Yeah, so they play Sugar, draw Baby 5 off of their search event. You know what the line is this time? Oh wait, they have, yeah, no, so we get to play our 7 drop here. So you know what this line is? It's Searcher 7/7. And like, we don't really care if they play like their Virgo or whatever off of this Sugar, because they searched Virgo like the turn before. Virgo would be able to trade against us, but they would have to like return to Dawn. Plus, I don't think they want to return to Dawn anyway. I don't know. I gotta see how like people play Purple Doffy. Like, what do they prefer to like return Dawn earlier, not just to like protect their life? Because the deck already has a bunch of ramp, right? And now we play our big Arlong. Just like a free 7K body. Feels really good. Like, this deck has a lot of pressure, bro. You're just swinging 7s and 6s every turn. I think because like the only other deck that like can like kind of do that is Boa, but all of Boa's like Kuja Pyro bodies are 5Ks. And the reason why they did that was because of the what's it called? The reason why they did that is because of the 3 Sisters trigger card. Yeah, so what we got here. Yeah, so it's just gonna be 6, 7, 7. Play 2 4 drops. Or we're actually probably gonna play the Arlong here. Actually, play another Arlong here. I really feel like our opponent should have popped this Sugar and played like their Virgo, so that they would be able to have traded into the Arlong more efficiently last turn. Yeah. And since this is our last swing, we're not going to play the freeze thing. We're probably going to play Kikunojo. Or okay, now because they played Virgo so late, now we should play our freeze Perona so that they can't trade into our board. and our opponent's very sad. Yeah, so like this is the punish for like not using their sugar last turn. So they're going to Divine Departure, reduce the Arlong. Sure, you got it. You're not playing a body this turn. Monet, those Arlong. Oh yeah, we give all the counter here, sure. We play our Mihawk. What are the swings? What are the swings? 3 for leader ability, 6 with Perona. Yeah, those just like 6, 7, 7, 7. And once again, guys, these decks they can't take. There's no removal in this format outside of like Emu, right? So like the only decks that can like take this sort of aggression is like Ace, and maybe maybe Emu because it has removal. Which is why I think Boa is another like pretty strong deck too. Then once again, we're at a stage in the game, guys, where we have 6 swings on board, 3 life. Guys, I don't know, man. This Arlong deck is sort of cooking. My opponent has 2 cards in hand. My opponent has 2 cards in hand, guys. So like even in a perfect world, right, where they clear 3 here, you know. Yeah, so like we sort of know the Virgo is gonna do things. I think maybe we should have taken the free block here. I think maybe we should have taken like the free block here, because then he's just gonna. Oh no, we don't take the free block here, because then he'll just like swing into the Mihawk, and then the Mihawk probably dies. And now he got our 7K for free, and then now he gets our 6K for free. Yeah, so we end up losing a lot there. And he plays Doffy in the Virgo, but he has no hand. Yeah. So he plays Doffy in the Virgo, but he has no hand. We swing 5, he redirects it. We swing another 5, he takes, and then he just dies. Too many swings on board. But yeah, like once again, being able to swing with pretty high numbers for very minimal investment, no removal from these other decks is like kind of insane. Our opponent did misplay by not bringing out this Virgo earlier from the sugar. I guess because they wanted to stay on curve. But like if they were to do the Virgo when they had the sugar first, where was that? Like if they were to play this Virgo here, when I swung like here, and then have them to crack back into the Arlong, it saves them so much over the course of the game. So maybe the game goes like a lot differently if that happens, but they didn't do it and they ended up losing. So next game. All right, last game is up against Boa. We have like triple searcher, which I think we could have made an argument to keep that because we just like find whatever we need. So now this is like a battle of like who is the better trigger aggro deck right now. We just find our Kiku Nojo. We're up against a 4-life leader. Why not? You probably take this first 7K swing anyway. Yeah, so they get ran off of the Lilith. We just play our Kiku Nojo. No trigger first life, unfortunate. Wish I had like another 4/6, but there's a chance that like we can play this Arlong next turn. Yeah, so they're stacking the top 3. Swing 6 into me. Oh, we get a rest trigger. This rest trigger is really good because it means we can just like ignore this boa and we don't get to like burn our life this turn. Yeah, I just double checking that I can actually play the Arlong because they now have like 5 rested cards. Like, yeah, no, that rest trigger is super insane. Yeah, Searcher 7/7. Yeah, we probably take this Rayleigh because we want to have a little bit of removal. Just in case some of their bodies get a little annoying. Yeah, because they know 7/7 is coming at them. Yeah, they're just gonna block like or counter this first hit because they don't want to go too low in hand. Oh yeah, we just played a 7K. We don't need to stun later. We have like double stun next turn. Like that Arlong Perona combo just to like freeze 2 things is, oh man, it's insane. Listen, man, I might find some alts for this Arlong deck. Like I said, if this testing goes well, bro, and I show up with a fully altered Arlong deck to Nats, don't say anything to me. When I win Nats with Arlong, bro, don't say anything to me. I want y'all to come back to this video and timestamp it. When I win Nats with Arlong, man, if this testing goes well, nobody can tell me nothing. I'm doing it for all the fishmen and the fish women and the non-binary fish people. I'm doing it for all the fish people out there. Yeah, so they play what's it, Marguerite. This is my first time seeing this card actually. It just bounces a 7K or lower to hand. It's like Jozu, but for Amazon Lily. And it's power based. So they bounce my big Arlong back to hand. They swing 5 at me. Do I have a 2K in hand? We can sort of take because it'll just be like 5/6 if they decide to swing the blocker. We counter? I guess we counter to like incentivize them to swing with the blocker, but they just don't do it anyway. That's fine though. It's just gonna be 6/7. Going to swing 6, swing 7, and then like freeze. I'm also thinking about playing the Rayleigh here, but like I don't really need to. I just want to like play 2 bodies and like freeze my opponent. So they get a Lilith trigger. They haven't gotten a single trigger body, which is like pretty low rolly for them. And Gorgon Sisters. Yeah, if they hit like a Gorgon Sisters trigger, they're in like a really good spot. But unfortunately, they didn't. So it is what it is. Yeah, we're going to swing 7. They're probably going to block. Play the Arlong. Trash the Rayleigh because we don't need both copies of Rayleigh. Make sure their leader can't swing next turn. Did they give me the 2K? Okay, so they give me the 2K. It's fine. And we just freeze the Marguerite now. Yeah, so now they only have like 1 swing on board. Potentially 2 with the Lilith, but I don't think they're attaching 3+ Dawn to Lilith to swing. Okay, they're gonna Kuma and heal. Almost, yeah, really KOs is 7K. So we can probably KO the Kuma or the Marguerite. Maybe it's the Kuma and we just have Dim heal. And then I also still get to play a body as well. So I'm thinking about my swing. So I can play the Rayleigh for 6. Ooh, whoops. I mean, I don't think they're out of the game. I just think they're like, yo, bro, why is this game even close? I don't know. I definitely don't think they're out of the game this next turn, right? Because like, I'm going to play the Rayleigh, pop the Kuma, and then just like swing 6 or 5. No, I'll swing 6. Swing 6, swing 6, see what they do. If they have blocked the bow already, and then swing the Perona for 5, and then swing 7 for leader. And then at that point, they'll probably have, if they do decide to, maybe I chase the boa blocker as well, because I will have gone down a life. Or no, I wouldn't go down a life if they don't block with the boa. I don't know. But yeah, that's the game against boa.